learn a new song, particularly in the jazz genre, I always find it best to first get thoroughly acquainted with both the rhythm part and the melody of the song before attempting to improvise over it. Ideas for improvising can then be gleaned both from the underlying chord sequence and from the melody of the song. So let's use this song Summertime to show you a couple of nice simple approaches to improvising. These work particularly well with a song like this that has plenty of space between the melodic lines. We're simply going to start by playing the lines of the melody and using scale notes to fill some of the gaps in between the melodic lines. Because the song is basically in a minor key, let's start by looking at the natural minor scale. Here's the pattern for the natural minor scale in the first position. In A minor, we'd want to start that at the 5th fret. So starting on the note A, 5th fret on the 6th string. As all but one of the notes of the melody fall on this scale, we can be certain to be able to use this as a safe set of notes to fall back on. But it's also a good idea to have a second scale up your sleeve to perhaps provide some contrast. And a good example of a reliable contrasting scale to the natural minor scale is the harmonic minor scale. As you can see from the formula, it's only one note different from the natural minor scale, but that difference is surprisingly strong in its effect. Listen to me play one scale immediately after the other. First, the natural minor scale. Minor scale. So let's have a go at using each of these scales to fill in between the melody lines. First, here's how I might use the natural minor scale in this way. A similar approach but using the harmonic minor scale, I think you'll be able to hear that we get a stronger contrast between the melodic parts of the solo and the fills in between. approach that perhaps will add a bit more of a jazzy flavour to our soloing. What we'll do is we'll take the simplest of all minor scales, the pentatonic minor, and we'll chromaticize it. To do this, we take the basic outline of the pattern of the scale. So starting on the 5th fret, on the A note on the 5th fret on the 6th string. Then we simply fill in all the gaps in between that outline, like this. So we're linking some of the notes of the scale chromatically. That simply means using the notes of the chromatic scale, the scale of all available notes. With this technique is to make sure that for the most part you put the rhythmic weight of your playing on the scale notes. Those are the notes either from the pentatonic scale or the natural minor scale. Perversely, one of the best ways to practice avoiding bad phrasing is to do it deliberately. So here's a little exercise where I'm going to alternate between playing phrases that sound right in the sense that they're targeting the scale notes or melody notes, and then alternating those with phrases that deliberately target the notes in between. It's a great way to build your confidence when you're playing. Just a few ideas of how to improvise over summertime or pretty much any minor blues tune using scales. However, most jazz guitar improvising focuses in more on chords than on scales. And although this is harder work, in the next lesson I want to gently introduce you to a few chord-based jazz improvising ideas. So I look forward to seeing you for that.